and suggestions expressed on the following program are solely those of the participants and are not necessarily endorsed by KRMG, Cox Media Group Incorporated, or the program sponsors. This following program is sponsored by Causeway, LLC. Information in this broadcast is not intended as an investment, tax, or financial advice. Matthew Moore is not a licensed investment advisor and speaks solely from his experience and opinions. All information in this broadcast is for entertainment or educational purposes only. Matthew Moore, Causeway, LLC, and Cox Media Group Tulsa are not responsible for the success or failure of any person's investment decisions or purchases. Matthew Moore, Causeway, LLC, and Cox Media Group Tulsa makes no and expressly disclaims all representations, warranties, and guarantees with respect to this broadcast and its sponsors. Investing in any market is inherently risky and can be financially dangerous. Invest at your own risk. Gather knowledge in the world of cryptocurrency right now on 102.3 KRMG, Tulsa's news and talk. Welcome to Cryptocurrency with Matthew J. Moore. Matthew is locally based right here in Tulsa. Questions, comments, concerns? Call 918-460-5764 or send us an open mic using the KRMG app. Now, here's Cryptocurrency with Matthew J. Moore.
And good Sunday evening to you. My name's Russell Mills. Thank you very much for tuning in tonight for Cryptocurrency with Matthew J. Moore. Man, what a beautiful Sunday. We're getting ready to have a washout Monday, but right now, you just need to sit back and relax and enjoy some chat about, what is going to change the world next. If you climbed into your Wayback Machine and went back 10 years and tried to explain to somebody what life was like without the internet, just imagine how much trouble you'd have doing that, right? In 10 years, will we be able to come back to 2021 and try to explain what life was like without cryptocurrencies? I know one guy thinks so. His name, Matthew J. Moore. Hey, Matt.
Hey, Russell. That's right. We're exploring the exciting world of cryptocurrencies. So I do want to welcome all the crypto newbies, lovers, and experts, because this is the spot. Yes, this is a traditional medium that we are bringing the good news of Bitcoin, but we are all over the place. In fact, I want you to enjoy this because we bring some of the top guests in the industry from all types of niches in the space. So, we're going to have a lot of good things to say today. But here's a question. Is Bitcoin more than just the best form of money ever created? That could be debated. But can Bitcoin be a lifestyle? How fanatic can you really be? And why in the world would somebody be so excited about a digital asset, right? Well, one thing is for sure, I'm guilty of that. So I too am a Bitcoin fanatic. I am biased, okay? So this show is, it's got my own spin on it. But here's the thing. One thing, that you need to consider is you won't believe some of the measures that people go to take and try to obtain this world's best form of money. And you probably heard stories about the countless millionaires that Bitcoin has made throughout the years. But what measures did some of these people take in order to get to where they are? So really, why did they become so sold on Bitcoin? And was it simply about the money? I mean, can we say that? Or is it something more? Is it something deeper? Well, today on the show, we're bringing you a special guest, a Bitcoin original gangsta, a.k.a. OG, who first started buying Bitcoin in 2013 and has yet to sell. Can you believe that? That he has yet to sell any Bitcoin to this day. None of it. And he's been buying it since 2013 consistently.
I'll bet you he's doing pretty well with that Bitcoin investment.
He is, yeah. So, but before we kick off this interview, I wanted to introduce some special guests that are in the studio with us. And in the house is my brother-in-law and nephew. So this is, we're bringing my nephew and my brother-in-law in here because I feel like, you got to start them somewhere, right? So, but I figured today was National Bring Your Nephew to Work Day. I'm just making that up. It's not really true.
It should be. That should be a day.
I know. In fact, we are also trying to raise him up in the ways of Bitcoin instead of that dirty, dirty fiat, right? Proverbs 22:6 states, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. My nephew is the future, and honestly, Bitcoin is the future of money, right? So Tanner and Weston, welcome to Uncle Matt's radio show. Please give the world a warm hello.
Hello, world, and hello, Uncle Matt, and thank you for having us here today. Say hello, Weston.
You want to say hi?
Hi.
Yeah. What about, is Mommy listening right now?
Yeah.
Yeah? What about your little sister?
Mm-hmm.
What's your little sister's name?
Lainey.
Lainey. Ooh, such a beautiful name. Right? Well, guess what? Weston, I just wanted to ask you this question so we can make it public record, okay? Am I your favorite uncle?
Yes.
No pressure.
No pressure. Yeah, I brought him in here just for that. No, but honestly, Weston, I want to test you here, okay? Weston, can you say Bitcoin is money, dollars are trash?
Bitcoin is money, dollars are trash.
Woohoo! Good job, buddy. All right, well, Tanner, let's ask you this. You know, I remember years ago when I was getting into crypto, you got in shortly after, but you own cryptocurrency, and why did you decide to jump into this wild game?
Yeah, Matt, that's correct. So I started in 2017, just kind of as a hobby. I started with Ethereum and just started trading it. I like stock markets and all of that, so I started trading it, but I just held on to it. So over the years, I have got into Bitcoin and Ethereum and other ones too. So now it's just the holding game.
I love it. I love it. He's a hodler, so that's good. That's good. Well, you know what? We should start, in my opinion, we should start a Bitcoin wallet for Weston and use it as a savings account. You know, who knows? One day it could put him through college, his honeymoon, and even buy him his first home. What do you guys think of that?
Anything's possible with this stuff. I mean, honestly, if and we're going to have your guest that you're going to have on later who bought his first Bitcoin in 2013.
I know.
Wonder what he paid for it.
Yeah,
in
well, we'll find out.
2013, and I wonder what it's worth now. So yeah, and I think it's actually a great savings investment. In fact, it may be a better savings investment than anything else right at the current moment.
Right. I agree. I agree with that sentiment. Well, I love the direction that this is going, guys. Thank you for being here. And Weston, I hope you enjoy the show, buddy. Thanks for coming to see Uncle Matt in the studio.
This is the young man who took you to school on the basketball court, right?
That's right. That's
okay.
right. Yeah.
So the legend precedes you.
Yes. Yes.
So you know Weston.
Weston is quite the baller.
Thanks for having us today.
Thanks.
You're welcome, buddy. All right. Well, it's time for our sponsor shout out. This segment is made possible by a company called Hedge. Do you have a strategy to obtain cryptocurrency on a regular basis? Do you plan to automate your dollar cost averaging? What about getting all or part of your paycheck in cryptocurrency? Hedge is revolutionizing how you get paid, and Hedge makes it easy to automatically convert your pay into crypto. Whether you're an employer or employee, you can get started in 4 easy steps and start getting paid in Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Litecoin. Crypto is a long-term play, and starting a strategy today could be the thing you need to do. Hedge is here to make it easy, so you better start stacking those sats month after month. And, what are you waiting for? Start living on the Hedge, and check them out at gethedge.io. Again, that is gethedge.io. And if you're ready to dive right in with Hedge, let them know that I sent you. Go to my website, mattjmoore.com, and on the homepage, scroll down and find the button that says Get Hedge. You can start the sign-up process today. It is super, super easy. All right, well, it's time. Let's get this party started and bring on our special guest. His name is Adam Meister, a.k.a. the Disrupt Meister, and he is the host of the Bitcoin Meister Bitcoin channel on YouTube. And I like to think of Adam as a Bitcoin hype man, full of energy and living the Bitcoin life. In fact, Adam sold his house and is currently traveling the world advocating for Bitcoin. And like I mentioned earlier, Adam started buying Bitcoin in 2013 and has yet to sell any Bitcoin to this day. Welcome, Adam, to one of America's only radio shows dedicated to cryptocurrency. I am so pumped to have you on today. Please introduce yourself to the audience. And you know what? Let's hear your world-famous YouTube introduction.
Well, I am pumped to be here. Can you hear me all right?
We sure can.
All right, here it goes, baby. This is how I start my show every time I'm on the air, baby. Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is March the 20th, 2022. Strong hand, long-term thinking. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. I'm offended by selling Bitcoin. How you all doing today?
I love it. I love it. I love the enthusiasm.
Good energy, brother.
That's right. Well, Adam, I wanted to start by giving our listeners some background. As a longtime investor in this space, how did you manage to stumble across the world's greatest asset in 2013?
Well, I actually started hearing about it in 2011. Okay, that's when I started hearing about it. I was a big fan of alternative finance websites. I've always loved technology. I've always liked money. So I was on some alternative sites. And some doomers, guys that thought the world was going to end, like that say to buy gold. They've been talking about buying gold since like 1980 because the world was going to end. Well, they started talking about Bitcoin, And I was not a doomer. I was a tech guy, and it intrigued me. It intrigued me a lot. I'm not a big fan of the government. I learned around then that, separation of money and state is something that is possible. So when I heard about a private digital money, this is some good stuff. And it took me till 2013 to buy my first two, but I eventually did. But that's how I got into it, from guys talking about doom and gloom and alternative finance. That's how I heard about it on the internet.
Well, that's amazing. And with what you're doing online, you're really spreading the news, and you've got a wonderful YouTube channel with, what is it, roughly 15, 16,000 subscribers on there. How did that get started?
How did I? I actually I'm from Baltimore, Maryland originally. And I had a channel about Baltimore and rejuvenating a block. And it was something I was doing. It was a project of mine in Baltimore, and not too many people were interested in it. It was a niche subject. People in Baltimore don't really care that much about Baltimore. But when I started hearing about in 2013, right after I bought those first two Bitcoin in November of 2013, I was so enthused that I had made the move. I decided, well, why don't I make a video about it on my Baltimore channel? So that video was a little bit more popular. And I got good feedback, and I turned my Baltimore channel into a Bitcoin channel over time. And I could say it's much better for your finances to focus on Bitcoin than to focus on Baltimore real estate. Okay, no doubt about it.
All right, well, we're going to go to break. Stay put. We got more with Adam. You don't want to miss this interview, I promise.
And man, he brings a lot of energy. I'm almost more awake than I've been all day. Adam, I'm checking out your Bitcoin Meister page. You can find him on YouTube. Bitcoin Meister is the page. We'll talk more to Adam coming back. You are listening to Cryptocurrency with Matthew J. Moore on 102.3 KRMG, Tulsa's News and Talk. Welcome back to Cryptocurrency with Matthew J. Moore. I'm Russell Mills. Thank you very much for tuning in this evening. We do appreciate it. The topic of conversation, can Bitcoin be a lifestyle? Yeah, it can. You can, I guess you could make anything sort of an obsession, but with this, I see a lot of people who take that orange pill and never look back. One of them is sitting right next to me right here. His name is Matthew J. Moore.
That's right. Sometimes I am so orange that people notice it even on the outside. So, and
it's not that tanning bed.
No.
It's those little orange pills you take every day.
Exactly. Well, and to talk about lifestyles, we have the perfect guest to do such a thing when it comes to Bitcoin. But I do want to remind everybody, if you miss an episode, you can most certainly go to KRMG's website, and all of them are there, along with Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all the major podcasting platforms. We're even on YouTube. So if you miss an episode, we have got you covered. And yes, we are locally based here in Tulsa, but we try to get this out to the whole world, and we do have listeners from all over the world. So on the line with us is our main guest. His name is Adam Meister, a.k.a. the Disrupt Meister, and he is the host of the Bitcoin Meister Bitcoin channel on YouTube. And like I mentioned earlier, Adam first started buying Bitcoin in 2013 and has yet to sell. He's got strong hands, and, weak hands offend him. Adam, welcome back to the FM airwaves.
Great to be back.
Awesome. Well, hey, is it true that you sold your house and now you're living a Bitcoin nomadic lifestyle?
Yeah, I actually had two houses in Baltimore. As I said, I was into real estate a little bit. And in 2013 or the beginning of 2014, I got rid of my main house that I was living in because I had been walking one evening, and two youth tried to jack me on the streets of Baltimore. And I decided, I'm not having this. I am living my life. I'm not sacrificing for Baltimore, and I'm just going to travel around and learn more about Bitcoin. And that is what I've basically been doing since 2014. Really took it to a new level in 2016. But I just go from one Airbnb to another, and living off of the fiat that I sold my houses for.
Well, let me ask you this: is this probably one of the best decisions you've ever made?
The best thing I ever did in my life, dude. I mean, come on. I was a regular middle-class guy beforehand. Now I don't have to work for the rest of my life. It's unbelievable. Come on. My nieces and nephews don't have to work probably. I mean, this is crazy.
Oh, I love it, man. Well, that is so true.
There's no comparison. If I would have bought gold or stocks, I'd still be just like regular dude. It's life altering is an understatement.
Well, Bitcoin is definitely an adventure, and it can bring lots of benefits, like Adam is saying. But Adam, you've been living this life. But what is the most interesting or memorable story while living the Bitcoin life?
Most memorable during my travels, 2016, I was asked to speak at a Bitcoin conference in Harare, Zimbabwe. Wow. So I got to see what it is like in a country that has had hyperinflation, that has basically had a dictator as a leader for like 30 some years at that time. I saw people waiting in bank lines to get $100 out of the bank because that was the only way to get money out of it. There was a limit on how much you could get out of the bank. You could not wire money out of the country. I mean, I saw what capital controls really did. Some of those people had Bitcoin. They didn't have to deal with that type of thing. The other thing is, for all those people to say, well, the Africans, the third world has been left behind. They had the chance to get into it then. Everybody had I spoke at a freaking conference then. But to see it live, and we gave a friend of mine gave the people at the conference like $5 worth of Bitcoin each then, and now, I mean, at one point the $5 was worth close to $500 worth of Bitcoin. So it was quite a time, quite an experience. You hear about hyperinflation. You hear about why third world countries need it. I saw it with my own freaking eyes.
Well, in 2014, you specifically told people to spend $10,000 on Bitcoin instead of buying a $50,000 car. Those 23.8 Bitcoins would now be worth about $1 million. Is this what you mean by long-term thinking and strong hands?
Well, definitely. You can't worry about the price from day to day and be this impulsive trader. And these traders pay short-term capital gains taxes, okay? The other thing about my saying about being a long-term thinker, you don't get freaked out by the repeating impulsive stories that are out there in the media. China has made Bitcoin illegal like 100 times.
Ain't that
since
true?
2014, okay? And people sell when they hear these things. Oh, it can get hacked. It can get an exchange gets hacked. They think Bitcoin can get hacked. They do impulsive things and sell. You never do that. Strong hand means you hear all these stories. You know that they're all fake news, and it's an investment. It isn't something to play around with. You put it away. You forget about it, okay? If you're one of those people that are impulsive and touch and sell and everything, you're going to lose a lot. There are plenty of people that, even though Bitcoin has gone up so much since 2014, they have many, many regrets, and they've actually lost money.
Well, we've got about 2 minutes left, but I wanted to, before we go to break, I wanted you to kind of make the case for this because, what would you say to those people who are out there who think it's too late to buy Bitcoin because, many people are only focused on altcoins due to prices and the psychological effects of owning an entire coin instead of fractions of a coin. Make your case for still buying Bitcoin.
Well, first of all, people were telling me in 2013 I was too late. They're like, oh, it was $5 and now you're paying $600 a coin. Oh, you're getting ripped off. No, you got to put it in perspective. It takes 4 years at a time, okay? And these altcoins, it's unit bias. You figure for these coins to go up as much as Bitcoin has, their total market capitalization would have to be worth more than all of the wealth on the planet Earth, okay? So look at what market capitalization is for some of these, 2-cent coins and $5 coins and everything, for them to go up as much as you think they need to go up for you to do as well as Bitcoin, that you're getting in early. It is still early with Bitcoin. People have been telling me you've been too late for Bitcoin since 2013, okay? And then in 2014, again, it was $225 at one point, or 2015, and people were saying, oh, you're too late, it's over, and all. Don't believe that. It is still early. Most people haven't touched it. Most people are scared of it. It takes, people were saying it was early in the internet. 2000, you were late for the internet, okay? And look how much it's progress since then.
All right. Well, guys, we have got to go to break here in just a second. But if you want to be just like Adam and be excited and have your life changed, keep listening to this show because we've got more with Adam and more about Bitcoin.
And trust me, as he mentioned, there is a lot to this, and you can hear a lot by going to krmg.com or KRMG app. And look on the on-demand section for Cryptocurrency with Matthew J. Moore, because every single show is there. Hey, quick time out, get you caught up on the news and weather, and then we'll be back with more Cryptocurrency with Matthew J. Moore. You're listening to 102.3 KRMG, Tulsa's News and Talk. Welcome back to Cryptocurrency with Matthew J. Moore. My name's Russell Mills. We sure appreciate you hanging out with us as part of your Sunday evening, and we do it every Sunday at 5 p.m. This is one of the nation's, heck, the world's only actual radio broadcasts about cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, and you can learn a lot by hanging out with this guy, Matthew J. Moore. Hey, Matt.
Hey. We're here in studio, locked and loaded, ready to go for all of you crypto-curious people. Maybe you're holding that orange pill in your hand. Been, kind of thinking about going down the road of Bitcoin. Well, this is the right place for you. We're here, and I know we've got all sorts of generations listening to this show, but we are throwing a wide net in order to share the good news about what's going on in this space. And on the line is our main guest. His name is Adam Meister. Adam is a Bitcoin original gangsta, and he was the class of 2013, which basically means that that's when he first bought Bitcoin. I'm actually class of 2017, so he actually has some legs and a little bit further down the road than myself. But Adam has a wonderful and world-famous YouTube channel and is currently living a Bitcoin nomadic lifestyle. Adam, welcome back to the show, and let's start it here. Is it true that we will see you in Oklahoma City on the 26th of March for the Bitcoin Day event? And can you share with us some details?
Yeah, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be the MC of the event. I think it's great for Bitcoiners to be able to meet some of the more famous names in the space. It's a much cheaper event than going all the way down to the big one in Miami. You get to talk to people that charge fees usually that are pretty high, and it's a great way to get into the community and everything and get some Bitcoin insider information. I will talk to every single person that comes up to me there for as long as they want. It's really a community building event, and it's in person. So many people are used to the virtual world now. In-person events are awesome. It
really is, and we do meetups here in Tulsa, but this is going to be like a glorified meetup for sure. So if you're listening to this program and you want to join us in Oklahoma City, please feel free to go to my website, mattjmoore.com, and use promo code KRMG for 10% off your tickets. I'll be down there, and I'll be a panelist, and I know I'll be hanging out with Adam as well. So, Adam, I wanted to ask you this question. Currently, we have seen that the EU was talking about banning proof of work, and yet that vote failed. And I think that is bullish for Bitcoin. And for those of you who don't know what proof of work is, it is a decentralized consensus mechanism that requires members of a network to expand effort, solving an arbitrary mathematical puzzle to prevent anybody from gaming the system. In a way, that is Bitcoin's way of defending the network. In order to do so, a lot of power is used. And this power projection and consumption defends Bitcoin, or also known as property, from bad actors. So this allows Bitcoin to heavily decentralize and is a fair form of money. It allows Bitcoin to be a fair form of money. Adam, I wanted to ask you, do you find that this news is bullish for Bitcoin's adoption? And does this reinforce your belief in why people should be in Bitcoin and not just gold?
Well, it's bullish for the EU, for the people and the businesses in the European Union. If they would have said, this is not allowed here, more Bitcoin businesses would have been like, I don't want to have anything to do with the EU. They would have moved to Texas in the United States, okay? So no one country can make a difference. Sometimes they consider it bad news and people panic sell on stupid news like that. But it was the right decision. It was good for their people. And why is Bitcoin better than gold? Well, again, people are used to virtual assets now, okay? Gold is old. Gold is the Stone Age. Gold is not progress. If you don't believe in progress, you stick with gold, okay? Bitcoin is the best money. Young people are getting into technology now. They've lived the last 2 years virtually. Gold is a rock. Gold is depressing. Gold is about the end of the world. Bitcoin is innovation and just new ways of looking at things. So I don't even know why Bitcoin is gold 2.0. You don't stick with the 1.0, okay? But is this? It's bullish for the EU that they know that they should allow their people to have mining and allow their people to have freedom, financial freedom, to not go the way of dictatorial China. Go the way of the United States, not China. China bans mining. The United States doesn't. I think they made the right decision.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's like the ship is being invented and people are getting ready to travel the oceans, and China just burned all their ships. I mean, that's essentially what's happening. And the countries that embrace this technology and Bitcoin, I really do think they're going to outperform and do extremely well in the near future. And so it's like, like you said, if one country bans it, another country benefits from getting all that hash power, getting the miners and all that stuff. And obviously, there's going to be hurdles and obstacles to overcome for Bitcoin in the years to come. But I wanted to ask you, Adam, what do you think is the biggest hurdle that faces Bitcoin?
Oh, right. It's the hype out there about the environment, that it uses a lot of energy. Also, there are haters out there that are going to say it's for extremists, right-wing, white supremacists, okay? It's the anti-hype machine that will, in the long run, it won't hurt Bitcoin, but it's going to turn a lot of people off of Bitcoin. It will hurt them financially, and it will make them bitter that they didn't get in on it because they thought it was bad for the environment or it was scary right-wing supremacists or something like that. So that's it's overcoming the anti-marketing from some people, from the enemies. But if you have a strong hand and you've been in this thing long enough, you've heard it all, okay? They're going to come up with all sorts of ridiculous excuses. Bitcoin is not biased. Bitcoin doesn't take a side. It's money. It's a bunch of computer code. It doesn't favor the left can like it, the right. It can help anyone by protecting their wealth. It's unconfiscatable. And that is very valuable.
Right. And it's like this ESG narrative that we hear that people are trying to scaremonger about Bitcoin. What they don't understand is, Bitcoin is not only incentivizing and capturing energy that was unusable before or unable to be monetized before. But, when you think about a government, the government spends massive amounts of energy and money and resources on its military to protect private property, to basically exert force to deter bad actors from coming and trying to steal or destroy private property. And Bitcoin is using energy in the very same manner, but in a very much more effective way. In fact, people don't realize that the Bitcoin mining, yes, it does use a lot of power, but it only uses about half of what is used in the traditional banking system, along with gold mining. And so the gold mining industry. So just think about how much oil and how much power and how much energy is used by the U.S. military in order to protect the petrodollar system or the country at large. So I think there should be more. We should do a whole entire episode on this and get some Bitcoin miners on the show to talk about this, because obviously mining is not my strong suit. But, I wanted to ask you, Adam, we've seen kind of this consolidation period right now in the price of Bitcoin. For fun, I know a lot of people like price predictions, and yes, I got my own price predictions wrong along with a lot of other people. But in 2022, do you think Bitcoin is just going to keep going sideways, or is this an extended cycle? Do you think we're going to reach new highs? What's your thoughts?
Well, basically, if it follows the last cycle, this is going to be a down year. But this is what you got to remember about Bitcoin. There's a halving every 4 years, all right? And you guys can look up what that means. If you take any moment in time, 4 years beforehand, Bitcoin is worth more than it was 4 years beforehand. And 4 years afterwards, Bitcoin is worth more than that. So at the end of 2022, I say Bitcoin is going to be worth more than it was at the end of 2018. And at the end of 2022, if you buy it, in the end of 2026, is going to be worth more, okay? So just think of it as a 4-year investment plan, okay? That, whenever you're going to buy it, don't worry about what it's going to be worth at the end of the year. Worry about what it's going to be worth in 4 years. And you could take any moment in time in the history of Bitcoin, and 4 years later, it has been worth more.
Well, okay, this has gotten me thinking. I was thinking earlier about when you bought Bitcoin, and obviously you've been in it for quite some time. There's a lot of people who are unaware of the Mt. Gox Fiasco. With you being involved in this space, did you manage to escape that, or how did that go down for you?
Oh, yeah. Since I heard about it in 2011, I was hesitated to buy, but I didn't want to wire money to Japan. That was the only way you could buy it. was wiring money to Mt. Gox exchange in Japan. So the minute Coinbase opened in November of 2013, that's when I bought it. That's how I was able to avoid Mt. Gox. Wow. I was hesitant about wiring money to a place in Japan. So I just waited for a place in the United States to open up. But what happened with Mt. Gox is people were storing their Bitcoin at a third party. You should never do that. And Mt. Gox stole their Bitcoin, basically. They didn't have the Bitcoin that they said they had. So I totally avoided that situation. And that is the lesson of Mt. Gox is if you buy from even an American exchange now, and it's so easy to buy from Coinbase, you get the Bitcoin off of the third party immediately. You learn how to store it yourself, and you don't have to worry about losing your Bitcoin.
That's so true. And some people learn, the hard way. And I just want to let our listeners know that if you are nervous about this space, maybe it's new to you, maybe you want somebody to hold your hand through this process. This is why we do this show, is to educate, to bring people on like Adam. But you can also go to my website and set up a consultation. That's mattjmoore.com. I'd be more than happy to do a Q&A or maybe even help you with buying Bitcoin and learning how to keep it safe in your own possession. So again, there's a lot of ins and outs in this space, and I know it's new for a lot of people, but I'm here to be a helping hand. So I'd encourage you, go to mattjmoore.com, and also you can find the promo codes for the Bitcoin conference in Oklahoma City, along with the one in Miami. And so I really want to see more people getting involved in Bitcoin. Would love to see your smiling faces. Stay tuned, because we've got more with Adam and his wonderful story.
And I will remind you again that website is mattjmoore, MOORE.com, mattjmoore.com. And yep, I'm looking at it right now. There is your 10% discount on the Bitcoin Day in Oklahoma City. There is your 10% discount for the Bitcoin 22 conference in Miami. This guy is wired for sound. And that's how come we have all these great guests that we have, like Adam today. We're not done yet. Stick around. More of Cryptocurrency with Matthew J. Moore coming up on 102.3 KRMG, Tulsa's News and Talk. Welcome back to Cryptocurrency with Matthew J. Moore. I'm Russell Mills. Man, interesting show. Met an interesting guy. He's the Meister, the Bitcoin Meister. If you don't believe me, you can check out his YouTube channel, Bitcoin Meister. His name's Adam Meister, and I don't know where he's talking to us from, because he lives all over the place, moves all over the map. Maybe Matt can find out here in a second. In any case, we do appreciate you tuning in tonight, and I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's give it to the host, Matthew J. Moore himself. Hey, Matt.
Hey, thanks, Russell. That's right. Yeah, I definitely am interested to know where Adam's coming from. I know he's been making his way slowly to Miami across the United States, but if you're interested in crypto, this is the show for you. And yes, we are Bitcoin fanatics here. But before we bring Adam back on the line, I just want to let you guys know that this show is made possible by our sponsors. We would not be on the air if it wasn't for our sponsors. So I wanted to give a shout out to our local sponsor. So this segment today is brought to you by Bubble Up Car Wash. So spring, it's coming. It's in the air. And in Oklahoma, that means tornadoes and nasty pollen all over the place. There's nothing we can do about those tornadoes, but we can definitely help you with that yellow pollen tinted car that becomes so prevalent this time of year. And that's why this segment is brought to you by Bubble Up Car Wash in Broken Arrow off of 470 East Kenosha Street. They are Broken Arrow's newest locally owned car wash with all the bells and whistles to make your car clean, shiny, and dry. So come take advantage of their free vacuums, air wands, and towels, and they have unlimited wash plans starting at $19.99 a month, and you can add a family member for $15 a month per vehicle. So what are you waiting for? Go cheer up at Bubble Up, and who knows, you might catch a glimpse of their family dog, Bentley, the Bubble Up pup. Go to www.mybubblup.com. So they're a wonderful sponsor. So happy and appreciative of all the people supporting the good news of Bitcoin. So today we have had a wonderful show with our guest, Bitcoin OG, Adam Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Adam, I want to thank you for joining us today on the radio, and I look forward to hanging out in Oklahoma City. But please tell people where they can find you and follow your work.
Well, it's been great to be on. I'm in Lafayette, Louisiana, to answer that question that you asked before. You can follow me on Twitter at TECH BALT. That's Tech Vault, like Technology Baltimore. You can go to disruptmeister.com. You can go to techvault.com. You can go to YouTube. Just look up Adam Meister, Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister. Do some combination of all of them. You'll find me out there. But best of all, you'll see me Saturday in Oklahoma City. And you'll see I am just as energetic in person as I am on YouTube and the radio.
That's right. And Adam, I want to thank you for allowing me to come on your YouTube channel and chat with your wonderful guests, including Guy Swan. I was kind of fangirling a little bit when I got to be on the show with him, but it was really cool. So I'm very happy with that, and I hope to have you back on this show and speak on the FM airwaves. That's what this is all about. But I know you're going to be in Oklahoma City, but can we expect you in Miami, Florida for the Bitcoin conference?
Of course, I'm going to be there. I was there last year, 10,000 people super spreading Bitcoin. We're going to be 30,000 people super spreading Bitcoin. They said we super spread some virus. No, we're super spreading the knowledge virus of Bitcoin, baby. So it is great for people to be in person, hugging each other, touching each other. That's what it's really all about. Let's get personal, dudes. That's what life is about, not sitting in your basement being on the computer all day.
You know, it's so true. I mean, I love the education. I love the speakers and all that stuff. But the real value was going through the trade hall, spending most of my time in the trade hall, meeting people, making connections. In large part, we've had a lot of our guests come on the show from the people that I met down in Miami. And I'm pretty sure, and correct me if I'm wrong, Adam, but it's going to be like probably twice the size of last year, don't you think?
3 times, baby. That's what they're predicting. Maybe 30,000 people. It is going. People, all the normies are going to be complaining. Oh, look at all these people, right wing or whatever names they're going to call us. Tough luck. You will join us later, baby. When you're stuck with your worthless fiat, baby.
Well, Adam, you know, I just want to let people know that if they want to come join us, you know, because we are going to bring a coalition of Okies down to Miami. There's probably going to be 20 or 30 of us. But don't forget, if you're listening to this program, you can go to my website, mattjmoore.com, use promo code KRMG to save 10%, or KRMG10, I should say, on your tickets for the Bitcoin conference. And this conference is April 6th through 9th. And it, like Adam was saying, it's the biggest in the world. So come enjoy the sun, beach, education, and networking, and gosh, parties galore. I don't know about you, Adam, but just going on Eventbrite and finding all of the satellite events that happened before, after, and during was quite incredible. Do you plan on going to some of those satellite events as well?
Oh, heck yeah. Wherever I get blown around to, man, it is just great seeing all the people in person that I have on my show. And you just talk, the networking. You pointed it out beforehand. It's amazing. Just talk. Everyone is so friendly and nice. And wherever the party takes me, baby, it's all one big party. Life is one big party when you're into Bitcoin, baby. That's
right. And just, you know, we got a couple more minutes left on the show, but before we close out, do you have any like closing thoughts or suggestions or advice? Like, I mean, obviously you're super excited about all this, and you know, I just want to give you the last 2 minutes.
Well, I want to say I used to be into you're going to hear about investing. Everyone's got to make their choices of investing, what they're going to invest in life. Houses are attack vectors, okay? I sold my houses. I don't have to pay property taxes anymore. I don't have to. You can't take your house with you. You know, Baltimore went down the drain. I couldn't take a house with me. Okay, inspectors come to your house. People trip on the ice. And for Bitcoin, nothing like that. There's no maintenance costs with Bitcoin, okay? You don't need insurance with your Bitcoin. No one can sue you for tripping on your Bitcoin. All right. The government can't take your Bitcoin away from you if you control it, like they can take your house away from you. And we've learned from Canada, you know, how supposedly free countries can get very authoritarian, but still they cannot take your Bitcoin. So you might think you live in a free country right now. Like I loved going to Australia through the years. Look what they did with the lockdowns, how they made all their people prisoners. Okay. So you don't want to be an Australian anymore. You want to be able to take your wealth with you. The only way you can easily take your wealth with you is through Bitcoin. So I think that's what to remind everyone. It's a crazy world. I look at the positive side of things. The United States is the best freaking country to live in, but you don't know. Some of these states might go authoritarian in the United States. Have some of your wealth in Bitcoin and you don't have to worry about about attack vectors coming your way. Okay, it's the anti-attack vector. They cannot confiscate it. You're in good shape when you got Bitcoin.
Love it. Well, Adam, thanks for joining us. We're here every Sunday, 5 to 6 Central Time on KRMG 102.3.
You could even call it Tulsa time. And I do every now and then. So just, because it's a great song. Hey, thanks so much for joining us for Cryptocurrency with Matthew J. Moore. And as he said, we'll be right here next Sunday with bells on to talk about it a little more. You listen to 102.3 KRMG, Tulsa's News and Talk.